Right, drifting. We know there's been a lot of handling data patches, there's been a lot of adjustments, and drifting is back. But in this video, we're going to find out what they've changed and see if there's any vehicles that have improved since the release of the tuners vehicles, not the patch. When they were first released, I know there were some cars that were really hard to drift. If they've changed in any way, and if they have, how have they changed? And yeah, hopefully they've changed for the better. And here we are, finally, drifting is back. Is there anything different? Is it just the same as it originally was, which was great, which was amazing, and then they took it away? But now it's back again. And yeah, let's have a look if it's the same. I'm going to get straight into it. I'm not going to waste any time, but as you can see, it feels awesome again. We can still get into second gear, and we can do these big, massive drifts. We couldn't do this before. We could only do like near enough donuts before, but now we can get back into, and I do need to practice more, but we could get back into second gear drifts, which is such a relief. They've returned it. Maybe they did watch the video. Maybe they did watch the RIP drift video, which has got like 670,000 views now. So it could be a possible theory. You guys probably did a feedback. That's probably why they did something. I don't know. Maybe they did watch my video. Maybe they didn't. But yeah, 670,000 views. It's probably hardly likely that someone from Rockstar didn't watch that video. Now, yeah, as you can see, everything has become more fun. Now I'm going to go on different vehicles and compare them to how it was before to see if there's actually any difference with this after patch drift. Right, so how am I going to do this? I'm going to compare this to when the tuners vehicles released, when they were actually good at drifting. Now I'm only going to compare the Jester R. I'm going to compare the RX-7 because that was really bad for the car we wanted. And then S2K, the RT3000, which was really slippy, like very slippy. And I'm going to compare them all to see if they've got any better, if they've changed in any way. And yeah, let's see what happens. So this is my first time. I'm just going to go, I'm going to live commentate it, and I'm going to say if I feel any difference from the first experience I had. Now, it might be the way I'm drifting, but straight away, I can feel that this car's way more smoother. It can't be that much better. Okay, it might be my driving. Let me just carry on. Again, my first try. I'm not re-recording this. I'm not gonna. If I mess up, I mess up. If I mess up in my commentary, I'll just apologize. But why does this feel so much better? Oh, okay, that was such a bad drift. But I remember this car being a very snappy car. So it used to not snap as in spin out, but it used to snap back into place when it goes straight. Oh, like that. Yeah, so it still kind of does that. It still snaps a bit straight like that. And yeah, it's still got that aspect. But this car does feel a lot smoother. They've definitely changed low grip tires. The low grip tires don't do, you know, speed boost anymore. Some low grip tires have made cars smoother. Some have fixed cars like the Jester Classic. The Jester R has now become a really good drift car, and I recommend it if you want to start drifting in GTA. It's not a beginner car, it's mid-range, it's a bit like the Banshee, but less prone to spinning out, it's less slippy, but yeah, you have to force the drift. Now, the RT3000, I remember this car as if it was yesterday. I remember how much it used to slip, and let's see if it still does. Okay, accelerate. Yep, as you can see, I described it like it was on ice before. It still feels like that. It still feels very slippy. And I remember this car. Wow. Okay, that's slippy. Right, yeah. It definitely still is the same because I remember me having issues drifting this car. It's not an amateur car. Something you have to learn. And it's different to all the other drift cars. And from the comparison, I think this is the exact same. I remember telling people that you might want to let off before you drift into a corner. So let off here and then drift, accelerate. And yeah, this definitely feels exactly the same. There's no difference with this car, and it's still difficult to drift. Still takes a lot of getting used to. It's one of those cars that you have to learn the car. And oh, where am I going? You have to learn the car. You can't just hop into another car and then hop into this car and then, you know, think that drifting will be the same. It won't. This car is very unique with the amount of slip. Something I am finding a bit weird is the amount of double clutching it's doing. it's double clutching a bit too much. Like, if you guys listen, as soon as I accelerate, I'm going to try doing it in a straight line. If you could hear there, it just double clutches, then double clutches again, then double clutches again. It's just a car which I think a lot of cars do that now. Some of the Supras do that. If you actually get the Jester Classic and then you don't put an engine upgrade on it, because I realized, I think it was turbo upgrade, and then you put low grips on it, it just keeps hitting the limiter. I don't know why that happens. It's something to do with this new low grip mechanism. They've changed the handling. They've made it better, but it's just weird. It's just weird. But yeah, Rockstar, don't change it. Don't change it, please. Please. Okay, yeah, let's get on to the RX-7. Now, the ZR350. I remember having so much difficulty with this car, drifting it and just soaking it in as well, because this is an RX-7. It should be good at drifting. It should be amazing, but I remember it being so hard, and I remember comparing it to all the worst features on every car being merged into one. Now, let's see if this car has got any better. Wow. Hang on. I think it has definitely got better. They fixed the RX-7? I remember this being such a twitchy car. So when I used to drift this car, it used to twitch back left to right. And I'll put a comparison on the left here. Every time I used to drift this car, it used to go left to right, left to right, left to right. But now, what? Because I rewatched my old commentary on the best drift cars, and I said about this car, is it even possible to get a successful drift? And I think I've done that around 2 times now without it looking rubbish. Yes, they've definitely fixed the RX-7. The RX-7, so they fixed the RX-7 from what it was when it came out in the Tuners DLC. This used to be the worst drift car. It used to be so hard to drift. But now I can just full throttle it, still drift it around corners. And yeah, it's still not the easiest car to drift. But Rockstar have actually adjusted the handling. I don't know if they've adjusted the handling or it's the low grip tires on this that is making this so much better to drift. As you can see, it still moves a bit when you know, I don't think they're going to touch it that much. It still moves a bit when you are trying to correct it, so it'll twitch a bit, but not as much as it used to. And this is my first time. This is not me doing this second lap. This is first lap. And I don't feel like it's any worse from a lot of the drift cars that are already in the game. Wow. Wow. GG Rockstar. Like, they've fixed the RX-7. They've not fully made it a great drift car, but they've adjusted the handling so much from when it was out. Not after the patch, when it came out in the Tuners DLC. They've actually improved it from then. So yeah, that is great. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. And yeah, please do subscribe if you found this video useful. As you can see, some cars, to me, don't feel like they've been touched. Some cars definitely feel like they've been touched. Let me know your opinion. Let me know what you feel. But yeah, if you did enjoy that, found it useful, please do subscribe. And hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day. See you guys in the next one.